The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.
Hello, buddy Dix.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
If you only knew the power of the dark side, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No. I am your father. Your mother.
I'll be back.
Yes, you will. And your thanks, Arnold.
Hey,
Dante.
Dante.
Hey, stop saying that.
It's a trap!
The needs of the many outweigh
The needs of the
The
few.
needs of the few.
for the one.
Do
Or do not.
or do not.
There is no try.
There is no problem. With Captain Richard Space. That's right.
Prosper. And prosper.
Get away from her,
Hey,
you
stop
bitch.
that. Don't say that. No, don't talk like that around news.
Wait a minute, Doc.
Hey, Doc.
Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Out of a
Out of a DeLorean?
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Take it away.
Bye.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying that! I see dead people.
Captain Rooster and my wife.
So what?
I
You said that.
Why so serious?
Because it's time for all.
I volunteer as tribute.
What I do is not up to you.
Yes, it's not a
Chewing.
Oh yeah.
We're home.
Yes, we're home, everybody.
I'm one with the
I
force
am
and the force
one
is
with
with me.
the force, and the force is with me. I
I'm
am
one with the force and the force
Wait a
is with me.
I am one with the force, and the force is with me. Is the force with everybody out there? Welcome to the All for Sci-Fi weekly webcast. I'm your host, Eric Walker, and next to me is
Captain Rickster, Trickster, and never call me late for any type of meal.
yeah, that's true. And I think he has a birthday coming up soon.
I think so too. I can't remember, but
Something's wrong with my mic.
When you get mature, you forget a few things.
Let's not use the word mature. When you get younger, we'll
Yeah, when-
start changing it.
When you get younger, you still forget a few things.
Yeah, right. Of course. Hey, everybody. Welcome. 1,000 welcomes. We had an interesting week this week on,
Yes, we
is
did.
this my, can you hear that clicking in and out, or is it just my mic, my headphone or something like that?
Some of your headphones.
Or maybe it's my headphone. It's not my mic. Okay. All right. Youngster instead of Rickster. There you go. Yeah. Captain Rickster's name is cut off the front. Well, it only shows it on one, not two, because he'd have to call in from a different computer
Yeah, that's been a
for me to
different
put his
one,
name
yeah.
there. Yeah. Let me see here. I definitely know that is because my mom dropped dead and my dad has found her in her bathroom and is out of nowhere. Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, this week we had some sad news,
Mm-hmm.
and let's go ahead and announce that. As you know, Warwick Davis's wife, Sammy, passed away. She actually died not when they announced it. I guess the family was going through their grieving period. She died last month in March, but they had just recently started announcing it. And, you know, my heart goes out to Warwick and Harrison and Annabelle.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Definitely, you know, I'm sure that's Sammy was a soulmate. I had the pleasure of chatting with Sammy quite a bit on Facebook, and she seemed like a very, very lovely person. So
Mhm.
I'm sure it's going to create a big hole in your family work, but, you know, reach out anytime. I'm here for you if you need anything, and blessings as well. So, okay, what else happened this week, Captain Rickster?
Oh, not much. We did a lot of work, you know.
Of course.
I got a new job. I take care of 3 properties. I do
Just a maintenance.
maintenance person. I
Yeah.
do lawns, and I will go along and take off graffiti, and I will pick up paper, and it's a lot of cigarette
Pick
butts
up
in one
people's
place.
trash.
Yeah, pick up a lot of people's
Yeah.
trash. That's for sure.
Yeah. And this week was a very good week for sci-fi, the last couple weeks. But this week on Netflix, just on the 19th, we had the premiere of Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about Star Trek Discovery, the latest episodes, of course. And The Bad Batch is now on episode 13. So there's only 2 more episodes of The Bad Batch, and it's in its final season. And what else do we have coming up sci-fi wise in the next couple weeks that you remember?
Well, isn't Arclight coming out?
The Arclight is coming out in June, but actually in the next few weeks we have May the 4th.
That's right. Yeah.
Be with you, which is gonna show a brand new show called, instead of Tales of the Jedi, it's kind of twist. It's called Tales of the Empire, and it looked. I saw the
Yes, it
trailer. It
does.
looks great. I'm excited to see it. It has Morgan Elsbeth and talks about her, and I saw General Grievous back, and a whole bunch of really cool stuff coming up. So excited to see Tales of the Empire on May the 4th. We're going to be going for Rickster's birthday. We'll be at Disneyland, and we'll be covering Season of the Force.
Yep.
We're also going back to Disneyland on May the 4th as well. It's the
Yes,
first
we
time
are.
we're going to be at Disneyland on May the 4th, which is quite exciting.
Yes, it is.
We've never been there on the May the 4th be with you. Plus, so we're going to be covering and getting a lot of video, and we're going to be talking a lot about Star Wars Season of the Force and all the different things they have at Disneyland.
Yep.
And Galaxy's Edge coming up in the next few weeks.
Also, remember, Monday is also Earth Day.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Is that permanently, or is it just
No,
the
permanently.
last Monday? And
No, it's permanently.
your birthday's Earth Day?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're trying to tell me something, I think, on my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying to tell you, stop eating so much. Stop being late for dinner. Stop being late for every meal, and give back to the earth, Captain Richter.
Yeah, me.
He's looking good, isn't he? He looks like he's lost some weight. Also, this week we stepped up our walking, and that's good because we need to get this weight off, right? So we've
yes.
actually, myself and Buddy Mix and Captain Richter is too busy working now.
Yep.
But we're up to my watch says about 4 to 5 miles a day, but we do 3 miles at the same time every morning. So and then we'll do that for next week, and then the week after that, let's get up to 4 miles at a time, which would probably be 6 miles in a day if you add the extra stuff. Captain, what did he say, Captain Richter? Captain Richter put 2 windows in a week this week. Ha ha ha.
It's true.
Yeah, he told Captain Richter at the arcade that he looks like, he's losing some weight. That's good. He's looking good. I wish it was easy for me to lose weight, but no brainer. And Buddy Mix says, today is Naked Gardening Day.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So there you go. What do you want to review first, Captain Richter? And speaking to the microphone, Buddy says.
Okay.
That was loud.
Go back.
We missed last week because we were on the freeway in the rain. So let's do 2 episodes of The Bad Batch since we missed it. The week before that, what was that episode called? I know this last week was called Into the Breach. Episode 13. Episode 12, I think, was called. Let me think.
Can't even think of it now. We watched it again. Well, most of it.
Yeah. Anyway, if Mike was here, he'd tell us the name of it.
Oh, of course.
But that particular episode was them. They went into this other planet to try to capture that admiral. Who? Let's give the official All for Sci-Fi rating of episode 12 of The Bad Batch. It gets an official All for Sci-Fi rating of 4.7 stars. What do you give it?
Yeah, I'll give it the same.
Yeah, it was a pretty good episode. It had the Bad Batch, which nowadays is less people because of what happened to Tech. But it had them. They went to this mining colony, where the Empire was, to try to It was a labor camp, is what it
They
was.
didn't try to. They actually succeeded.
No, they were there to try to capture this admiral who uh,
Knows where the secret base is at.
he knows where the secret base is. I'm drawing a blank on it. The sharpshooter's name. What was his name again? Crosshair.
Crosshairs.
Yeah, he went to go because Crosshair told him that admiral can't pronounce the name now. Maybe I
Admiral.
shouldn't have been in the military.
Yeah, maybe you should have been.
Maybe I should have been. And so, and then when they get there, they break him out of this labor camp, and then they find out that he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't know; it's just they're so secretive.
Yes, very.
He tells them that the only time that they get the information of where the coordinates are is when they're going there from this platform on Coruscant.
Mm-hmm.
So then let's go to the next episode. Let's go to this week's episode, episode 13, which is called Into the Breach. And let's give the official All for Sci-Fi rating of that. And if Captain Richter could wake up, that would be nice. He's
Oh,
sleeping
no.
on us.
Yeah, you a little tired over here.
Yeah. So this episode of episode 13 of the Bad Batch gets an official All for Sci-Fi rating of 4.75 stars. I liked it a little bit more than the week before's episode.
It was good. I'll
Mhm.
agree on this one too.
So basically, on this episode of the Bad Batch, they have to go to where they have to go to Coruscant to this space station, and they end up then they keep finding out more information. Like, I forgot to tell you, it's they don't give the coordinates until the ship is jumping to hyperspace, so no one can get it around them. What? You didn't say that in the first place. I thought Rickard was gonna get him. He's gonna get him. Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill you. So
Oh, that didn't happen. It's not
he
yet
wanted
anyway.
to.
Oh, of course he did.
Yeah. So and then they go to try to break onto the bridge, and they find out this information, and then they find out there's another ship transporting to Tantus, and it's getting ready to go into hyperspace. So they figure that they need to somehow attach itself to that ship, and then they could like follow through with them. And it all comes together in the end, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And Echo, who is a part of all this now, he actually gets them a new ship. So when they show up there, and then later he has to go and break in on the ship to turn off the perimeter sensors or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, he does it right at the last second.
Yeah, and they get on.
And actually the ship attaches itself to the underbelly of the other ship before it hits warp. And they see it for a second, but Echo comes through again.
Yep, it blocks it out.
And then you see them into hyperspace. And guess what? The next episode, they're going to be on Tantus finally. So maybe they're going to have a chance to break out Omega. But Omega in this episode, by the way,
Has her own plans.
she has her own plans, and she's already knowing Omega. She's so
She's smart.
not just smart, but she knows what she's doing.
brilliant.
She by the time she gets there, she's probably going to break out again,
Oh, of
just
course.
like the last time, because she is a clone as well, right?
Yep, she is.
And those are her brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there a favorite part of any of these two episodes that you like, Captain Rickster?
Yeah, I like the plan when Omega got that whatever that thing is, the pick or something, to pry out one of those tiles.
Those tiles, yeah.
Yeah,
And then a bunch of them fell.
down, and then she had to hurry up, put her back up. Part.
How quickly she did it,
Oh yes.
because she was taught well by her brothers.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I like how Omega talked to the other children,
Mm-hmm.
and how she's become the de facto leader of them already, and she is giving them hope. That was my favorite part of
Yes.
that episode. Okay, let's jump to Star Trek Discovery.
Yep.
All I can say is wow.
Yeah.
What an episode.
Great.
Yeah. Let's give the official All for Sci-Fi rating. This is the final season, by the way, of Discovery, Star
Yeah.
Trek Discovery. And this one was called Strange something. I can't remember the whole thing, but it was pretty interesting. Let's give the official rating. It gets an All for Sci-Fi rating of 4.85 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm gonna get a 4.90.
It was so I wanted to give it a 5-star, but we're
Yes,
early into the season.
I
It's
know.
episode 4, I believe, or something like that. We got a long ways to go. It just started.
Mm-hmm.
It was dealing with temporal stuff, and they got caught in a time loop.
Yep. Not
So-
time loop. It was a time
They called it something
They call
later.
it later on, but it's done by a spider that went in and just did whatever, and they had to. It kept taking them to the future and back to the past, and then to the present, and then back to the past and the
Right.
future. So it's jumping all over there, all over the place.
That's right.
And they finally figured out how to get rid of that poor spider.
Well, at first they thought that they could do a warp bubble, and then they found out it had a force field or something like that.
Yep.
So they had to do the warp bubble. Set it
Mhm.
backwards. It was a good episode.
Very
It
interesting.
showed that former captain, who is now the number one of Michael Burnham, Captain Michael
Mhm.
Burnham, how he had to learn more about her crew, and he's starting to see why she does it that way instead of being so strict.
Yeah.
So he learned a lot.
He's finally coming around.
Yes, and it was a great episode. I can't wait to see where it goes next.
Oh yeah.
What's going to go on? These bad guys are some of the best. This team, this girl and this alien. No, it's not ACM, but it looks a little bit like ACM.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So
Never know. Maybe it's one of his brothers.
they kissed each other, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They kissed each other.
So we got some alien love story going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, go play Alien Love Story by Eric Walker from the Brand New Day album.
Yeah, they should, huh?
Yeah. And then you can watch Star Trek Discovery episode 4.
That's right.
Did you have you said your favorite part,
Yes,
right?
I did.
My favorite part was how he learned to learn more about the crew
Right.
and got it together. One of the things I wanted to say about this season of Star Trek Discovery, it's the first time I've watched Star Trek Discovery, and I felt like I was watching an older Star Trek show. Do you feel that way too? Or is it just that I like the characters?
I like the characters. I don't think it's old Discovery one, but I think it's
No, I'm not talking about the old. I'm talking about it reminded me of Star Trek: The Next Generation of the older Star Trek shows. The first time this season.
First times this season. Yeah, it did kind of bring back memories, especially when the very first one I watched Star Trek back in the 60s.
I just think that the stories are more engaging this year. It's
Yeah,
their
they
final
are.
season, so kind of wish because they had a lot of controversy the first season when they brought out the way the new Klingons looked, and everybody goes, "That they don't look like Klingons."
I know.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They got a lot of flack the first 1 or 2 seasons, but I really think Discovery has found its
Niche.
it's
It's niche.
I don't know if it's its niche. It's finally found its rhythm
Well, same thing.
and its mojo, and it's really kicking butt this year. So, yeah, go watch Star Trek Discovery.
It has to kick on the last season. Yes.
I wanted to kick every season, and it's not that the first season was bad or the second season. It's just it's starting to remind me more of Star Trek, which I think is a good thing.
Right.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about next, Captain Rickster?
Oh, Rebel Moon.
Rebel
Part
Moon.
2.
Part 2, the Scargiver.
Yep. Definitely Scargiver.
Wow.
My best part is
I liked. Hey, he's making pasta for dinner. That's
All
great.
right.
Hey, I wish you could hand it to. I wish you could give it to me through the screen. I would love some pasta.
Flow there real quick.
You know, Captain Rickster, or beam you over, Captain
Yeah,
Rickster,
beam
because
me.
you're never late for anything.
That's right. Just me up some pasta. I'll be over there.
Yeah.
Light on the sauce.
You know what? I mean, there is a lot of flack.
Flack.
What's wrong with
I have no idea.
my speaking today?
Don't do English.
Have I been around Captain Rickster too long?
Maybe. We've been doing this for 5 years.
They gave the first part 1, and I could see now that I've read some of the criticism, I like part 1, but it compared to part 2. Now I see, the part 2 is just way better than part 1.
Definitely a lot better.
And part 1 got good near the end.
Yes.
Of the movie, and these are movies. I
just don't know why they didn't put them out on regular big screen.
Because Netflix paid for it.
It's made for TV.
It's not made for TV necessarily. It's made for Netflix.
That's TV.
I guess, but if you watch my TV, it's 80 inches. So
Yeah, well, I must have more like over 100 and something inches.
Oh, you want an IMAX
I
experience
want
with
an
that?
IMAX
That
experience
might
with
be
that
cool.
baby.
The special effects are really
Oh yeah.
that Rebel Moon is beautiful.
Oh yes, it is.
They're doing a very good job.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are.
Again, part 2 of Rebel Moon is way better than part 1. Let's give the official rating. And it gets an all for sci-fi official rating of 4.85 stars. What do you give it, Captain
Ooh, I'm
Rickster?
gonna give it a 5.
Ooh, Captain Rickster's giving it a 5. Woo!
Woohoo!
Yeah.
It's really good. I mean, it's excellent. It's
Yes.
really an excellent TV movie.
Emotionally, the acting's
Oh, yeah.
great. The beats, the editing's really good.
Mhm.
It didn't drag at all like the
No.
first one.
No, not at
Um,
all. Music was good.
You know, I know they took the time to make it into 2 movies, but it would have been better if it was just 1 movie and it condensed it. That's my
I
opinion.
mean, they're gonna make a part 3 of this thing too.
Well, yeah, well, of course. It's Zack Snyder's new saga.
Yeah, new baby.
They definitely set it up for the sequel. They're going to go
Oh,
look for the
yes.
princess who she thought she
Who's
murdered this
murdered,
entire
yeah.
time.
And she's been alive ever since.
I had a feeling that was the case.
Well,
That she didn't really die.
when you saw the flashback,
Mhm.
you kind of figured she didn't die because you saw this white coming out of her.
Right.
So, what does that white mean? Is it? Did she get restored?
Right.
Come back? Because the parents didn't.
I was really bummed. Well, the parents weren't shot by that beam of light. They were like, their necks were cut by knives and stabbed
to death and everything else.
I was bummed because it didn't seem like her boyfriend, it was helping her on the ship at the end. I was bummed when he died.
I was
because
too.
it didn't look like he was injured. Like they shot him here on the side. It didn't look like
but
he.
all that blood though on the shirt.
Well, I guess so. You'd know more about that than me, but I'm just telling you, I didn't. I didn't. I was bummed.
I thought where he was shot, didn't kill him because it looked like
I didn't either.
Hit him in the side where no vital organs were hit.
Yeah, I was shocked that he passed away
Yeah.
right at the end, and she was very emotional. And when she said "I love you," it's like, why didn't you say that before he died?
Yeah, I know.
Say you love me before I die, please.
Not after.
You know,
I can't hear you.
Did you have a favorite scene in this Rebel Moon Part 2?
Oh heavens, yes.
What?
I loved it when she closed that door on him and cut off his head.
That was a great part.
I'm not gonna rebuild you back.
In fact, when she closed it on, I said, "Grab that and chop his head off." And she did it right as I was saying it. It's like, yes, kill him the second time. And he's not coming back because she got rid of the thing that made him survive.
Yes, the whole ship.
The whole ship. The Peacemaker. Yeah, right.
It was Peacemaker, all right.
Yeah. So happy that was gone.
Yeah.
Well, anything else about this? It just was a good. I'm. You know what, Zack Snyder, you made me a fan after watching this part 2. I really hope you keep the action going and it doesn't drag. Although Captain Rickster was reading something about it.
Yeah, they are gonna make another 3. They're gonna the original crew. I mean the people who are there now. They're gonna travel off that moon or Earth, whatever they call it, and then they're gonna go to other galaxies and pick up other mercenaries or whatever we want to call these guys. And they're gonna go and
they're looking for the princess, right?
Look for the princess at the same time, but they're still gonna need.
Well, he said something like, "It's going to be more intense."
It's gonna be.
I hope so.
More intense than this one here. It's gonna be more.
Well, this one was
crazier.
This one was pretty intense.
Yes.
Part 1 was intense. The last 15 minutes,
right?
But the rest of it dragged a little bit.
But this one here, it was completely didn't drag at all. It was like on your seat. What's gonna happen next?
And actually, I like the villain more in this. I didn't like him in the first one, remember?
Mm-hmm.
But he was scarier in this one. He
Yes,
did a better job. Adam O'Brien is on from Australia. Hey, Adam, how are you?
How you doing?
He says it's a good rendition of Battle Beyond the Stars.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Always love it when Adam comes and shares his stuff. You guys are welcome here anytime. Well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, one day maybe we could pass food through a screen or something like that. You never know.
Called Smell-O-Vision.
That wasn't a movie, right?
Yes, but also they were talking about doing that a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember when Captain EO came out at Disneyland, and George Lucas was trying to make the theater be like not smell-o-vision, but like he would have like when you saw fog came out in the theater and stuff, and he was
Yeah.
talking about he thought that was the future of theater, movies in the theater was to make it more interactive. Like eventually the seats might shake, the different things. And
Well, they got some of that already.
right.
But they just don't have the fog.
He just watched Dune Part 2 on his home projector. It was spicy. Yes.
It was.
Yes, I enjoyed Dune Part 2 as well.
Yes, it was.
Can't wait to see
it
the
was
third
great.
one. Okay, everybody. Well, it's been a fun week again. As we always say at All for Sci-Fi, go out this week and do one act of kindness because it makes the world a better place. Someone else may witness it, and it may give them an idea to pay it forward. Because good energy and spreading your light into the world makes us better. So also remember the force is with us always. Live long and prosper, Captain.
That's true. Anyway,
Yes.
have a great weekend, or rest of your weekend, I should say. Be safe.
Yes.
I don't know how the rest of the United States is going to be, or the world, but if it's raining, stay inside.
Good to see you, Dave.
Don't get too wet and all that good stuff. So it's have a great weekend.
Hello, Dave from
Hi,
he's
Dave.
out in New Mexico, right?
Yes,
Albuquerque.
yeah,
Nice to
Albuquerque,
see you here
yes.
again. Anyway, everybody, remember, have a great week. Stay safe, like Captain Richter said, and we'll be back next week at 3:30, same time, same bat channel. See you then.
The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.